You're welcome to Resume Add Online TV, and this is Lifestyle Show with Ayomiko. Today I want to talk about something that is peculiar to my ladies. You know, if you're the type that tends to feel some cramps or discomfort during your monthly flow, then this show is for you. Stay tuned because I'll be giving you a whole lot of foods you need to avoid to help you get through the menstrual issues, the cramps, okay? So the very first one is that we all know that, fine, there are some certain people that can predict, not like they can predict, but they know because they do not feel any sort of discomfort or any kind of problem when they are on their menstrual flow. And there are some other people, whenever it says that it's around the time of their month, they are just feeling this discomfort. It ranges from nausea to bloating to headache to backaches to a whole lot of things that you can't even wrap your hands around. So all these things can be managed the same way it can be stopped. It can be managed. There are some certain foods that can also add to the discomfort. So why don't you just let go of those certain foods during this your menstrual flow so that you can have a peaceful one, even though it's not very comfortable, but to some extent it is still manageable. The very first one are red meats. Red meats, we will say that they are rich in protein as well as iron, and we all know that they are good for our health. But why don't you just stay away from red meats during your menstrual period? You need to know that red meats are rich in prostaglandins, and prostaglandins are known to be chemical compounds which helps the uterus to contract and also get rid of the uterine lining, in which turn to menstrual flow. But you need to know that excess prostaglandin in the body system can lead to menstrual cramps. So whenever it is you're feeling that your ovulation period is getting near and the next thing is your menstrual flow, please do away with red meats, okay? And the very next one is sugar. Yes, sugar. We all know everybody likes something sweet. You like taking something that will give you sweetness. Yes, we know. But do away with it at this period, just for your own comfort. Have you ever heard of the word sugar rush? No? Okay, sugar rush is a situation whereby you tend to feel some energy spike, and this is in turn followed by energy crash. That is sugar crash. So when we talk about sugar crash, at this moment, if you're on your period and you already had a spike in energy, that is sugar rush, then the next thing from the crash, the next thing you feel after the crash is you've been depressed, you've been moody. So if you're this kind of person that always feel that on a normal day and you're now menstruating, please do away with anything that has to do with sugar or that has excess sugar. So don't take excess sugar during this period, because if your energy rush becomes energy crash, then at this moment you tend to feel depressed, you tend to be harsh towards anybody. That's why I feel that some people, whenever they're on their period, the next thing is whenever you talk to them, they're just like, leave me alone. They just give you this kind of attitude. It's not their fault, it's just because of what is happening in their inner system. Please don't blame them, okay? So if you want to have a nice comfort during this period, do away with sugar. The very next one is processed food. We all love to take processed food because they are always very fast. Whenever we just come back from work and we can't even prepare something, we just feel like, well, what is available? Maybe it is, I don't want to say particularly, but any kind of processed food, do away with it because they tend to be high in sodium. So too much sodium intake can lead to retention of water, and this is why you see some certain people, whenever they are menstruating, they tend to have protruding belly, okay? So you just see a kind of bloating. So it tends to retain a whole lot of water in our body system. To avoid that, do away with processed food at this moment. Just take healthy food. You can substitute your processed food with veggies, with fruits, and a whole lot of things. Yes, moving on, we have excess fatty foods. Excess fatty foods are nice for us, our yummy fries, chicken, all, but you need to do away with them at this particular moment, because they tend to cause a whole lot of discomfort in the body system during your menstrual period. So you can just reduce your intake of fatty foods in order to help you. You don't have to be on your period and the whole country is not feeling okay because you yourself, you are not okay. So to avoid that, do away with this certain food. The last but not the least is the spicy foods. Spicy foods are nice, when you take your nice pepper soup, when you take your very spicy noodles, it's very nice, you enjoy it. But mama, do you know that there are some days when you take the spicy food and you just feel like, my stomach, I'm not feeling. So if you are this kind of person that feel that way naturally, when you're menstruating, when you're on your period or close to your period, do away with spicy food, because if you continue like that, it can lead to diarrhea or nauseating. Like it can cause you to nauseate during your period, because at this particular moment that we're talking about, there are a whole lot of processes going through your inner body. Okay, so two things like they can irritate your entire body system. So to avoid this, you need to do away with these foods that I've mentioned. So I've suggested that we do away with sugar, with spicy foods, processed foods, as well as excess fatty foods. Okay, thanks so much for joining me today, and I do appreciate everyone that has been joining, liking, sharing, and also subscribing to our platform. But if you're just joining us today and you've not done that, please, this is the right avenue for you to do that. I remain Ayomiko, and until next time, bye.